Marksman says, Drinker, I recently rewatched your Starship Troopers vid, and I have to say, you need to do an update because it's fallen for the same misunderstanding. Starship Troopers is not a dystopia, it's utopian. Watch it for what it is, and you realize the film is, in fact, an unintentional love letter. Feral Historian has a video called The Federation, It's the Same Picture, comparing how Starship is just an alter-utopian version of Star Trek. I mean, Paul Verhoeven straight up said it was meant to be a critique of fascism. Like, when he made his movies,
he's retarded. He made it
100% retarded, yeah. But like, I'm not here to dictate on what you actually get on screen. It's more like, what was the director's intention there? Like, that's what it was.
The film, you separate him out because like the film is not what he says it is. I'm sorry, he made something he didn't realize because he adapted too much to the point where you watch it. Because I felt the exact same way once upon a time. And I think it was because of Red Letter Media. And then I like watched the film and did what that super chat said. Like, take it for what it is. Don't just ignore and clean slate any other influence or any comments from the director or anything anybody's ever said. Just watch it. And it's like, this universe isn't that bad. Like, it's kind of cool in a way.
You have to be in the military and potentially die for the right to vote. So it's not.
There are loads of different ways you can earn the right to vote. Remember, service guarantees citizenship. It involves many things that don't necessarily include going to die in a war against bugs, which, however, is not that dishonorable or horrifying in the sense of like you're working with the whole civilization to maintain humanity. Yeah. I don't know. You get the whole Buenos Aires event. It's like I feel like there's a lot of honor and courage with how a lot of the soldiers want to fight. It's like you're not forced to do anything.
I think what you're saying, Mauler, is you're deep down you're a Nazi at heart.
I've been convinced.
All I'm saying is give it a chance, okay?
I love that movie exists the way that it does because it really helps the death of the author argument. Fuck the director if he says any particular nonsense about his film. You don't have to take that as canon or definitive, meaning.
I think I agree with the premise of what you're saying. I would say with a guy like Verhoeven, like he understands satire and he knows how to wield it effectively. I mean, this is the guy who did RoboCop as well. Like he understands how to do this stuff effectively and understands what he's trying to get across. So I wouldn't just discount him as saying, "Oh, he's some retard who doesn't understand the material."
And I think what the critics at that time absolutely did not see, that there was a double narrative, isn't it? There is a narrative really which is saying these are wonderful guys and they fight for their country and they are really heroes and they're supporting each other and they're wonderful and they go to win. And it is one of the last things of the movie is saying they'll fight and they will win, basically. And so that element was coming, of course, of the original novel by Robert Heinlein. So it was not something we invented. We took that from the novel. That was the first narrative. But there was a second narrative that was Ed Neumeyer was the writer of the movie, and John Davidson, the producer, and me, where we were also fighting with the book. Because the book of Robert Heinlein, one of the, at that time, important science fiction writers, is militaristic and fascist.
It is really quite a bad book, he said. I asked Ed Neumeyer to tell me the story, because I just couldn't read the thing. It's a very right-wing book.
I mean, his philosophy is that way, and our philosophy was really different. Still, we wanted to tell the story of a really wonderful, adventurous story about these young boys and girls fighting bugs, but we also wanted to show that these people are really in their heart, or without knowing it, I would say, they're on their way to fascism. So it was like telling one story is these guys are great and wonderful heroes, and the other story was, by the way, they're fascist.
I can with this one. I love RoboCop. I love Total Recall. I think he's a fantastic director at his best. I don't know if you've seen what he's been doing recently.
No, I don't want to watch his recent stuff.
But no, Starship Troopers, and I love what he brought to Starship Troopers. It's a fucking fiction movie. He's just wrong about what it means.
He suffered from like Stephen Kingism, because the problem is he might have been fine back then, but now in this hyper-political environment, maybe he's just gone off the edge.
It could be a little bit.
Because sometimes when he made it, he could have been more self-aware, but now Trump broke his brain or something, and he's like, down with fascists. So
there's way more going on in that movie than he gives it credit for, and a lot of his scenes that he directed to go one way can be easily interpreted in another way. It's the conversation always comes to that. that guy who's like crippled at the reception, so to speak.
Yeah.
The two completely
That is
alternate
100%
viewpoints
open to
now.
interpretation. I think you gave it an extremely charitable interpretation.
I
which don't think
disagree.
is- I don't
You'd
think
never
it's
say
wrong.
that if it were real life. You'd never say it in real life. You're saying it because you know the context of the movie. If you saw that guy in real life say, it made me the man I am today, you wouldn't say, ha, loser, you got crippled. You'd be like, oh, I respect that. I understand what you're saying.
I mean, if I was about to enlist and, like, you know, I saw a guy like that and he's like, mobile
But
infantry. That's how I ended
that's
up
the
like
other
this.
element
I'd be
that
like, maybe the mobile infantry isn't for me.
But that's a good thing.
Gotta
It's
go to
like,
space
don't
instead.
sign up to this shit if you're not ready for this to potentially happen. But it doesn't make you any less of a man. That's like the point. That's why I find it so like strong. It's a lot more interesting than even Verhoeven realizes.
No, I think so. Basically, the takeaway from this is I need to make another video about Starship Troopers.
We'll just give it another rewatch, and just I don't know.
Oh, I mean, like, look, I am 100% on board with the idea that it's a great fucking fun movie. That there's a lot to be drawn out of it from. So, like, I am fully on board the Starship Troopers hype train.
I'm just saying, Radchek is like one of the coolest sort of higher ranking guys to have on any mission ever. I would take him for
Agreed.
God. You could fight Godzilla with that guy.
Yep.